Welcome back to the ETF Inspector. It's Monday, September 15th, a little after 9 o'clock at night, and this is our daily recap video for our Roundhill weekly paying funds. The first three are 0DTE covered call strategies on the indexes, QDTE for the NASDAQ 100, XDTE for the S&P 500, and RDTE for the Russell 2000. The fourth is a YBTC Bitcoin covered call strategy fund. Reminder, I'm on X at ETF_Inspector1, where most days I post the trades first thing in the morning so that you can follow along. And as you can see, at 10 o'clock this morning, I took my screenshot. I made it for you. I don't know what happened. I forgot to post it, so I apologize for that. But we'll still go over how the fund did today, and I get a D today for my grade as far as getting the content out. So also, I apologize for being so late. My daughters had a volleyball game directly after school, and then had soccer practice directly after volleyball game, so got home very late to get started on putting out content. Earlier today, I did do an interview with Mr. Michael Coe. I know this is a Roundhill video. He is the chief strategist with YieldMax, if anybody's interested in YieldMax funds. And we got into the specifics on some things ulti as well. So if you're an investor over there, it was a great interview, not because of me. I don't know what I'm doing, but he is a wealth of knowledge and very transparent. Great person, great guest to interview. All right, so first we'll take a look at how the market performed. Starting off, NDX was up 0.84%. QDTE almost kept up 0.78%. They did underperform. SPX, the S&P 500, was up 0.47%. XDTE actually outperformed, going up 5.57%. Russell 2000 was up 0.34%. Again, the Roundhill fund RDTE outperformed by more than double, 0.69%. And finally, for YBTC, we're going to take a look at IBIT. They were down 1.33%, whereas the Roundhill fund outperformed, only going down 0.49%. So next we'll take a look at the trades and see how they performed. We start with QDTE. They sold 385 calls on the NDX, expiring today with a strike of 24,270, collecting $10.58 per share premium, or $407,000. NDX closed at 24,293, so that's actually $23.78 beyond the strike price. So we had to pay to settle those out, $915,000. When we take away the $400,000 that we collected on the front end, it resulted in a $508,000 loss on the trading day. As far as holdings are concerned, QDTE's got $928 million in assets under management. Outstanding shares dropped as far as people selling out of the fund on Friday, 330,000 shares, bringing it to 26,310,000 on the outstanding shares. Holdings, however, have not changed. So we've got our deep in the money calls that this line here is expiring this week. So there's about $150 million here that's going to end up getting closed out and then used to purchase calls deep in the money further out, in a further out time frame. They last declared last Wednesday the 10th and paid on Friday the 12th just over 20 cents per share. And on our guesstimate video on Friday, we came up with a guess this coming distribution announcement on the 17th of 23 cents per share. We actually had a little bit of fun with it. I guess 23 cents for all three. So we'll take a look and see how that makes out. XDTE sold calls on the SPX, expiring today with a strike of 66.20, collecting $2.48 per share premium, or $158,000 on the 638 contracts. SPX closed at 66.15.28. That's below the 66.20, so it didn't cost anything to settle out, and it was a full profit of 158,000. Assets under management 416 million. Just about 9.5 million outstanding shares. Again, last week they paid 21 cents per share on Friday, and like I said, my guesstimate came out to 23 cents a share for this week, so we'll find out Wednesday morning. Actually, we get to find out Tuesday night unofficially. They update their website on Tuesday night, yet they put out their official announcements on Wednesday morning. Again, we've got some of these deep in the money calls coming to expiration this Friday, so we're going to see these get closed out and put into either these December, next June, next September, or possibly start a new line. And next we'll go to RDTE. They sold 651 calls expiring today on the Russell 2000 with a strike of 2,410, collecting $3 per share premium, or $195,000. Russell 2000 closed at 24.05. That's below that strike price. It doesn't cost anything to close them out, and it results in a full profit of $195,000. RDTE's got just under $154 million in assets under management. Outstanding shares 4,610,000. Again, we saw the I thought we saw something different on that. Was it 0.34? It was 0.34 and 0.69. That's only showing 0.3949. So Excel's just taking a little longer to update these automatic prices. Let's see. They just paid 22 cents, 22.6 cents per share premium this past Friday. My guesstimate again for this Friday, 23 cents. So QDTE paid 20 last week, XDTE paid 21, and RDTE paid 22.5. I made the case for each of them at 23. I think when I first came up with it, I might have had a range where one was 22.5, one was 23, and one was 23.5. So I just decided to have a little bit of fun with it and bring them all at 23 and see how that works out. But just like the others, these deep in the money calls expiring this Friday are coming to a close. So in this case, it'll be about $54 million that gets closed out here. They will sell these, collect that $54 million, and then put it back to work by buying deep in the money calls at a different expiration date so that they can continue to sell calls off of them. All right. And finally, we go to YBTC. They are a little different. For starters, they don't share their daily trades with us. So the only thing we get to do is every Friday see that they closed out the expiring contract and sold a new one. So in this case, they selected $67.84 as the strike price. That's a flex option if that seems odd to you. That's obviously not a normal strike price that we see when we look at the options charts. But when we look at it, they must have had to close a handful of contracts out because our contract numbers dropped by 830. We had a great day last Friday, and it actually, if anybody's been watching, this synthetic here at one point was almost, I think it was maybe even $20 million to the negative, meaning it was going to cost us $20 million to close it out. After Friday's big day, it actually turned positive to being worth $203,000 if you closed it out. Now, today's decrease of 1.3, that hasn't hit this yet. We don't find that until we download the holdings. That comes out. It might be out now. But I generally put this video out before that becomes available. So these will be back in the negative, obviously after that drop, but it's not too bad. We got till October 17th before that comes to an end. The calls that we have sold this week are currently 3.5% out of the money after today's drop in IBIT. There's $335 million in assets under management, and a lot of people bought into YBTC on Friday. 460,000 new shares out there, bringing the outstanding shares to 7,210,000. Tomorrow is declaration day for YBTC. They declare on Tuesday, go X on Wednesday, and pay on Thursday. My guesstimate for them is about 44.2 cents per share. Last week they paid 38.2 cents. So I'm guessing a 6-cent increase over last week's distribution. So we'll just have to wait and see if that comes to pass. All right, that's all I have for you. Sorry it's late again. Have a good rest of your night and good luck trading tomorrow. Thanks for watching.